At 3:14 a.m., the quiet corridors of St. Jude's Maternity Hospital in Bristol, England, were shattered by a scream that no nurse ever forgets. Room 204 was cold. Crib, draped in a light blue blanket, was empty. Baby Leo, just 14 hours old, was gone. There were no broken locks, no shattered glass, and no forced exits. The security cameras outside the ward had mysteriously cut to static for a crucial 9-minute window. To the public, it seemed like the terrifying work of an elusive phantom predator. But when Detective Inspector Clara Vance stepped into that silent room, she noticed something the kidnapper had overlooked: a single drop of dry blood on the inside latch of the nursery window, and a faint, lingering scent of expensive vintage perfume. Someone hadn't just snatched a child. Someone inside St. Jude's had planned this for months. The sudden disappearance of baby Leo sent shockwaves across the United Kingdom. Leo was the newborn son of Arthur and Hannah Sterling, a prominent couple in Bristol. Arthur was a high-profile corporate litigation attorney, and Hannah, a fragile heiress, was still recovering from a traumatic high-risk labor. DI Clara Vance and her team quickly sealed off the hospital. Their initial suspect pool was small: hospital staff on the night shift, visitors logged at the front desk, and the parents themselves. The local media immediately seized on the phantom intruder theory. But Vance knew hospital kidnappings rarely happened without insider help. The security guard on duty, a veteran named Mark, claimed he was on his routine floor check. However, access logs revealed his keycard was used to disable the hallway sensor moments before the feed went dark. When questioned, Hannah Sterling was inconsolable, but her medical records revealed something strange. She had repeatedly refused routine ultrasound scans in her final trimester, opting instead for a private clinic run by a family friend. When Vance brought Mark in for questioning, he cracked within an hour. He hadn't taken the baby, but he admitted to taking a £10,000 bribe to leave his station for 10 minutes. The money had been wired from an untraceable offshore account. Vance followed the paper trail of the private clinic where Hannah had spent her final months of pregnancy. What she uncovered threw the entire case into chaos. Medical records seized from the private clinic revealed a stunning secret. Hannah Sterling had suffered a late-term miscarriage 6 months prior. Fearful that her marriage to Arthur, which was tied to a massive prenuptial agreement contingent on producing an heir, would collapse, she had faked the remainder of her pregnancy with the help of a corrupt doctor. Arthur had no idea. Hannah had secretly arranged to buy an unregistered baby from a vulnerable young unwed mother named Elena, who had given birth at St. Jude's under an assumed name that very night. Hannah had paid off the guard to facilitate the handoff. When Vance confronted Hannah with the evidence, Hannah collapsed in tears, confessing to the illegal handoff scheme. But then came the true shocker. "I paid the guard to let me take the baby out quietly," Hannah sobbed. "But when I got to the nursery, the crib was already empty. Someone else got to him first. If Hannah hadn't taken the baby, who had?" Vance remembered the drop of blood on the window latch and the scent of expensive perfume. She ordered an immediate forensic reanalysis of the nursery window frame and re-examined the hospital's visitor logs from the week leading up to the birth. The blood sample did not match Hannah, Elena, or any hospital staff. It matched a profile in the national database: Juliana Vance, no relation to Clara but Arthur Sterling's former senior law partner. Vance rushed a tactical unit to a secluded estate on the outskirts of Bath owned by Juliana. Inside, they found the newborn safe, asleep in a beautifully decorated nursery, tended to by a frantic Juliana. Under interrogation, Juliana revealed the ultimate betrayal. Arthur Sterling hadn't just been a partner in her law firm. The two had been involved in a dark financial fraud scheme embezzling millions from corporate clients. When Arthur threatened to turn evidence against Juliana to save himself, Juliana uncovered Hannah's secret baby-buying plot. Juliana staged the kidnapping using Hannah's own breach in security, intending to use the baby as leverage to force Arthur into staying quiet and taking the fall for the financial crimes. Case of the St. Jude's Hospital baby exposed a web of deceit that shattered 3 prominent lives. Arthur Sterling was arrested for high-level financial fraud and corruption. Hannah Sterling faced charges for illegal child trafficking and conspiracy. Juliana was charged with aggravated kidnapping, extortion, and fraud. Baby Leo, whose real name was registered as Noah, was safely reunited with his biological mother, Elena, who received full legal support and protection from social services. What began as a terrifying mystery of a missing child ended as an unraveling of greed, secret desperate lies, and corporate betrayal hidden beneath the polished veneer of high society. Who do you think was the most cold and calculated person in this story? The mother hiding her secret or the lawyer leveraging a child for millions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep investigations, twists, and true crime stories every week.